The second option for getting your website out of Muse and onto the web is to use something called FTP uploading, which stands for File Transfer Protocol, and it allows you to directly push your website from Muse onto the web using some settings that you're going to get from your web host. So if you use GoDaddy or HostGator or whomever you use for your web host, it's a good idea to contact them ahead of time, find out your FTP server address, your admin username, and your admin password if you don't have them already. Once you have that information, just go to the File menu and then go to Upload to FTP Host. Now, for the purposes of privacy, I'm going to blur out the FTP server username and password, but just know this is the information that you will store in here. And if you want to store these credentials so that Muse remembers them each and every time, you can do so by checking this box. I'm not going to do that for now because this is not my production machine. Once I have all that information entered, I'm just going to click Next. And that's going to tell me that I haven't opted to store my credentials. It's going to say, are you sure you don't want to do that? And I'm going to say, yeah, I'm sure I don't want to do that. Just hit yes. And it's going to take me here. And so now what I'm going to do is type out the domain name that's associated with my account. And then I'm going to publish this inside of something called test. Actually, let's do test site and see how that goes. And I'm going to do all files. There we go. So there's the domain and the test site. Hit OK. It's going to say the requested folder does not exist. You want to create it? OK, go ahead and create it. It's going to connect. Now it's going to tell me that it can't validate this domain, but it does work. So I'm going to go ahead and click yes. And as this is publishing this information, it's going to go through and get all of the different files that I need, and it's going to publish them to the website. Once that's finished uploading everything, you're going to see any warnings that it encountered here. So in this case, it gives me two warnings. One, the contact form. That's the same bug we've been seeing all along. I used a fake email address. No big deal there. The second one is a connection to PHP file failed. It's unable to check if this web server supports PHP needed for Muse forms. So this is something that I need to fix on my host end, but for now, it's not that big of a deal. So what I'm going to do is just hit OK, and then let's navigate over into the browser, and let's check and see if this works. So I'm going to type out the domain name, and we're going to do /testsite/index.html. And when I do that, there is the site. Everything as it's supposed to be, published directly onto the web from Adobe Muse. So again, you need some information from your web host before you can actually get this stuff working. But as you can see, once you get it and you publish it, it's all up there and ready for any and everybody to look at.